05 from the Presbytery of Southern New England. Now, this overture advocate is recognized due to time being deferred from other groups for 7 minutes. We'll accept minutes.
I'm Tracy Johnson. I'm a pastor of an emerging and diverse congregation in Springfield, Massachusetts, that is already looking at our local structure and how to be missional, and how to see the future, how God wants us to be, and how to act, and how to live together. I'm also the overture advocate 0605 from Southern New England, a theologically diverse presbytery which does not agree on many things, but like Dick said, we agreed on this wholeheartedly. You've heard many reasons why people might want a new form of government. And you've heard many reasons why people don't want this proposed form of government as is, or we need more time. But if we want a new form of government, if we want to envision what God is calling us to be and how to live together, we need to ask this one simple question. What is the next step? What is the next healthy step that we must take in order to have a unified and consensus-building form of government that we all can agree on in a denomination where many of us don't agree on many things? You see, the process of how we get the product is just as important. We need to start trusting the people. We need to start trusting the presbyteries, the congregations, the people that live this out. I'm asking you to entrust and commend for study the new form of government to the people, to the presbyteries, and allow them to dialogue and discuss renewal and envision together. Trust the people. It's the biggest no-brainer. Trust the people. The ethos of this new form of government is to trust presbyteries and congregations. Why don't we put that ethos into the process, into practice? Trust the presbyteries and the congregation to envision, to lead us. This process right here, as you may learn, is overwhelming. And in fact, to do this process is quite absurd to come up with a new form of government. But if we want to do a new way, and live out a new process, and live out a new ethos, where we trust people to bring together, why don't we have a process, a Web 2.0 if you want to say, an open source process, where we can have a document, which our overture says, put it on the web posting. We have it. We have this proposed. Why don't we have an open source document which people can speak into, dialogue, communicate, not just agencies and institutional beings, but why don't we have people that live it out and communicate virtually, online? A wiki form of government, where we can start communicating and dialoguing together, not soliciting one-way information input, but actual dialogue. In our presbytery, in my congregation, in my leading my session, I have learned that discernment and renewal cannot be rushed and cannot have arbitrary deadlines. Discernment is not a tool, it's a calling. And there is no time limit. You're discerned when you discern. It's over when it's over. You can't say 2 years, bring it back to the next General Assembly. It might be longer than that. It might be 4 years. You certainly can't say in 2 days that you can discern this document. Or in a week this General Assembly can. It takes longer. It's God's timing, not ours. Let us not put an arbitrary time limit on discussion and dialogue and renewal. Missional polity and theology means not issuing top-down edicts, but listening and hearing the people, seeking back and forth dialogue. Please let that be our process. Please. Don't squash my voice. Don't squash the voice of my congregation, of our presbytery, of the people living in this denomination. If you force an up and down vote, this General Assembly or the next, our voices cannot speak into it. Don't short-circuit the process. If you do, you'll end dialogue. You'll end discernment. I want to show you here the old model which we've been using. Where are the presbyteries? We heard this morning how we got to this new form of government. 1983, a special committee. 1996, GA assigns to the ACC. 1987, one overture says, hey, let's look into this, to the GA. 1999, the ACC drafts 32. 2000, ACC presents foundation principles. 2001, the G14, chapter 14, defeated by the presbyteries. 2002, GA referred to the OGA, the new FOG. 2004, the OGA consults about FOG. 2006, OGA submits G14, creates FOG task force. 2007, ACC reviews draft of the FOG in June. Where are the presbyteries in this process? Where is the voice of the people in this process? This is an institutional, old model, old process, which is the exact opposite of the ethos of this new form of government. We need a new process. We need a process that empowers the people. We're living in a new world. Why are we using the old process? To create a new practice, a new product. If you entrust this discernment process or study process to COGA or to another agency or to the GA, you're just doing the old process and you're setting us back again. I'm asking you to be heroes, to lead this denomination in a new way of life together. The process is just as important as the product, because the process will either build trust, build unity, or destroy it. Right now, the process is dividing us. I'm asking you for the only overture to vote for Overture 0605 to answer all the overtures and lead this denomination into a healthy process of discernment and visioning and dialogue. There is a better way, and it starts with the process to finding a new way to live together.